everybody, and I just wanted to make a video asking the question, who should be the next Doctor? We know that Jodie Whittaker's time is slowly coming to an end, as we've heard rumours that she's going to leave at the end of the next season. We've heard rumours of Chibnall leaving at the end of next season, so that usually means wholesale change. So let's see who could be the next Doctor. Let's weigh up a few options, see the merits of everybody who's either rumoured or maybe some of my own picks, and we'll have a talk about them. So we're coming to the end of Jodie Whittaker's time as the Doctor, and well, it's been divisive to say the least, and this isn't a video bashing Jodie Whittaker, don't worry about that, there are many other YouTube channels for that. I'm here to simply say that it's probably time to move on and have a new incarnation of the character. Now, do we go older, younger? Do we change gender again? Do we do anything different? You know, what do we do to cast the next Doctor? I'm looking at all parameters, I'm looking at all age groups, all genders. Anyone can play the Doctor now. That is my opinion. If you don't like that, I apologise, but that's how it is. You're going to see a few names in here who are a bit on the old side, a bit on the young side. It's not really an object, you know? Now, I'm not going to be in this form for very long. I'm going to go away, I'm going to do a bit of research, I'm going to show you guys a few examples of why these people would make really good Doctors. And yeah, if you guys want to see it, stay tuned. Okay, so I didn't really make it clear in the recorded footage that I am going to be doing this list in no particular order. I'm just going to be telling you a list of actors I think should be the Doctor. Now, starting off, I'm going to go with the most obvious casting and something that I think is quite likely actually, Jo Martin. Now, this is an established BBC actor who has done so much work that there's a lot to list. She was in Batman Begins, she was all over CBBC at one point, she was on Casualty, and most obviously she's been on Doctor Who as the Ruth Doctor. Now, if I want to go all in with the storyline they had going on during last series, maybe this is the casting to make Jo Martin the next Doctor. Now, personally, I think she did enough in the scenes that we've seen her in to show everybody that she would be at least a half-decent Doctor. I think she has the charm, she has the authority, and yeah, I think this would be a really decent casting. Now, the second person on my list is a lesser-known actor by the name of Walshe McBride. Now, he is currently rising up the ranks in a show called Shakespeare in Half Away, and is doing incredibly well in that, playing an eccentric, well-dressed character called Sebastian. Now, in that show he displays a lot of Doctor-like traits, I believe, and just from an aesthetic point of view, he just looks the part. I think that would be an amazing casting, someone who's young, someone who isn't really known for much else. I think if you catch an actor like that at this age, it could be something that defines them for the rest of their career in a positive way. Now, the next person I'm going to suggest would be great if BBC wanted to cast in-house with someone they know is a great actor and has done a lot of work for them previously. I am going to put forward Aiden Turner. Best known for his roles in Being Human and Poldark, the man has already been a leading actor. He has already worn something that I would describe to be Doctor-like. He has a presence about him, he has a look about him. I think this would be great if you wanted to do another Dark Doctor. Next up, I'm going to suggest someone who's auditioned for the role several times before, has been in the show before, and is a massive Doctor Who fan. Patterson Joseph. Now, you may well recognise him as Johnson on Peep Show, or Roderick in Doctor Who's episode Parting of the Ways. Being in more serious movies like The Beach, he already has quite a range of emotion and tone. So I think in terms of acting, he would be a fantastic choice. I think in terms of having a Doctor who can change from serious to funny in a moment's notice, because again, on his role on Peep Show, he was bloody hilarious. I don't feel like enough people are recommending Patterson Joseph, and I really don't see why. I think he'll be fantastic. Next on my list of potential actors is Suranne Jones. Now, this is a seasoned a long-established actress who is currently doing a lot of TV work. Now, you might recognise her for her roles in Dr. Foster and Gentleman Jack. In terms of getting a big TV name in, I think this would be massive. I think there is definitely potential to go even further with having a female doctor, and I don't see why that should end just because a couple of people don't like Jodie's doctor. And from a narrative point of view, there's a story to be told, with Suranne Jones previously appearing as the human embodiment of the TARDIS, Idris. Another actress who would have a bit of name value to her, and also has shown the ability to play a eccentric character, let's say. I'm going to go with Ruth Wilson. Now, Ruth Wilson has been in many things lately, from Luther to Saving Mr. Banks to his Dark Materials, but the thing that I saw that drawn her to this role for me is her role in How to Talk to Girls at Parties, where she plays a character called P.T. Stella, a alien, and well, she just has the quirkiness and the eccentricity that's needed to be the Doctor already in her arsenal, so I don't see why she wouldn't be a good casting. Now, someone who should be thrown in because they are a really decent actor now, and well, the link is never really going to go away, Tom Felton. I don't think he's really tied up to any shows anymore, and he is shown to be interested in doing TV work, and especially this particular role. He's talked about it before. Obviously known for Harry Potter and Arrow, I believe. Tom Felton would bring, again, some of the youthfulness, some of the seriousness to the Doctor. I think this would be a decent casting. I don't know what kind of Doctor they'd go with, but I'd like to see him play a darker Doctor. Now, for the last one, I'm going to go with a very outside shout because I think it's very unlikely to happen. But I would love to see Richard E. Grant get his chance to play his Doctor on screen. Now, I know he's getting a bit older. I know that maybe he wants to do less TV work and less work in general at this stage, but I still think he could play a great Doctor. Now, if you want to do yourself a favour, go and listen to Scream of a Schalke. You'll see what I mean. Or go and see his stint on the Children Need special in the 90s. But this is a very seasoned actor, probably one of the best British actors of the past 30 years in terms of being a working actor and what have you. I think this would be brilliant. Now, I'm also going to very quickly throw in a couple of showrunner suggestions, but I don't really have too many because there's not really too many good examples of showrunners I can think of right now. First and foremost, we have Neil Gaiman. Obviously, has wrote Doctor Who before, has wrote many great stories, including recently taking charge and writing the show Good Omens. I think this would be a perfect fit, especially if he wants to go back to the more fantasy elements of the Moffat era, especially the early Moffat era. Now, my second choice would be Toby Whithouse, only because of his work on Doctor Who previously and his work on Being Human. I think this would be widely accepted by fans, but I also don't know if it would be a success because we know that Moffat was a great writer before he took the showrunner job, and we know that Chibnall had some good gems before he took over the showrunner job. Another name I've seen thrown around is Sarah Dollard. Now, I must admit I had to do a bit of research on her, but she did write some very good Doctor Who episodes, being responsible for Face for Raven and Thin Ice, being some of the better episodes of the Capaldi era. Personally, this would be a very good appointment if you don't want someone who's been smothered in the show in the past, but has some experience writing. Very often I see Charlie Brooker slated to be the showrunner because of his work on Black Mirror, and do you know what, that would be a very good fit, I think. At least get him in to do one episode, but now this would definitely bring some very high and weird concepts into the show, and maybe some darker elements as well, I think. The man's proven he can at least string a series together, so why not give him a shot? The obvious name that I'm missing out here is Mark Gatiss. What goes against this idea is that Mark Gatiss has apparently turned down the role before, Apparently he was offered it ahead of Chibnall, but turned it down. Now, if they were to offer him it this time around, could he change things massively? Maybe not, but I certainly think he's a safe pair of hands in terms of writing, and I think it would be a nice continuation and would keep the show afloat more so than I think it is right now.
So there we have it, guys. They are all the people I've put forward to potentially be the next Doctor. My personal picks, if I really had the choice, would be Aiden Turner, Suranne Jones or Patrick Walshe McBride, because they are all doing amazing work right now in very unique and quirky roles. So I think they would all do amazing for the Doctor. As for showrunner, I guess my pick would be Neil Gaiman, but I don't think there's a lot of chance of that happening, especially considering he's gone on record to say that he doesn't really like doing showrunner work, so maybe, I don't know, but I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you like, share, subscribe, and most importantly, you have a very good day. Bye.
Yeah.